Hi everyone, let's use Excel to construct the frequency table. This dataset is the colors for Candy. You could simply just count by manually. So for the brown color, like first row have one candy, another one, so added together, you just count. And here we use Excel called the COUNTIF, this function. You double click this function. The range means this data set. You see from A1 column A, this row 1, from the very first element, just like matrix, right? First element, all the way go here, this corner is E and 9. And comma, the criteria, here we choose brown and enter. Or you could just have a good habit, close by the right parentheses. Here, because no confusing, you can directly hit the enter. For the yellow one, COUNTIF again, then the data set, and a comma, and then we choose yellow, enter. It's already much simpler than you do by manually, right? We have a better way to do that counting by Excel. So let's start from the brown color again, COUNTIF, then you choose a range here. Be careful here. We choose a data set from A1 all the way to E9. You press F4. You see once you press this F4, that A1 here become $E, $1, then $E, $9. Or you can just manually add a dollar sign and a comma. Then the criteria is brown. So it's just like you give the Excel a training. Teach the Excel, the data set is here. And the criteria, the color you always is in the left cell. So the left side, this brown color. So enter. We click this 12, you see this little square, then you drag it down. Once you give Excel a training, Excel do the remaining work for you. You see locked data A1, you have dollar sign. If we don't lock the data, what you will get? Let's do the brown color first. So COUNTIF, then you choose the data set, then you directly comma. You don't lock the data. Don't press F4 to lock the data. Then criteria, you give Excel the training, just the left side here, just tell the Excel is in the G column. The left side is G column and enter. So you get a 12. Then you see this little square, you drag it down. Now, you did get the answer out, but compare the answer we just did a while ago by locked data set. You see, here you lack of one yellow color candy. You could manually verify how many really is 10 or 9. Here I just save time. So 9, this becomes 6. So that arrow is 3 candy, right? This even 3, this is 3. Why we would get this answer? Just Excel is too smart. When you get a 12 is here, you go down one row down. Excel automatically make the data set one row down. So missed one yellow, look, the one yellow is here. So that's why you only get a 9, because Excel doesn't count this first row, go one down. Then you go down 2 rows, go here. So Excel also automatically go the data set 2 rows down. That's why you miss 3 red candy, right? So 1 red, second red, the third red. So be careful. You always, if you want to use the autofill from Excel, you always need locked data. Press F4, or you just manually add dollar sign. Okay, now let's talk about the relative frequency. Here, how many total candy you can see here, A, B, C, D, E, 5 columns, then 9 rows, so 45. Or you can just sum up, add all those together, also 45. So sum, so those numbers added together, enter 45. Be careful, you can't use a count this function. You double click, see if your data set is about numbers, all numbers, not those categories. Then you could count, otherwise you can't. Is equals, you can just directly 12 divided by 45 type, then get an answer. Or you could do, give Excel a training, so the left side one, you can type 45, then you do the autofill, auto calculation. Or you could do 12 divided by this 45. Be careful, because Excel is too smart. You give the training, so the numerator is the left side, this number, and the denominator, if you don't lock this 45. So next one for the yellow, Excel will automatically go one row down. For the red for orange one. Then you don't have number here, you will go get an arrow out. So let's try. So enter, then you drag it down into this little square, because divided by 0. For the yellow, Excel choose this denominator, because one row down, because your yellow is below this brown. So you don't have number default just as 0. So now let's clean up. Read the number in the left side cell as numerator divided by 45, but 45 you need to log the data. So say $sign, and enter. Then you drag it down all the relative frequency. So if you think you don't really trust, let's just verify. So sum up all those together should be 1, right? Add all those relative frequency together should be 1, so it's 1. So brown color candy is like 27%, 22%, it is 20%. Added together should be 100%, right? 1, well, everything included.